So you've done the hard work, you've got all your files together, and now you're faced with the daunting task of uploading your book to Amazon and officially becoming a self-published author. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to upload your book to Amazon step by step so you can avoid costly mistakes and make sure everything is done correctly. The sooner your book goes live, the sooner you can start earning passive income with it. So let's waste no more time and dive right into the process. So if you're wondering all the things you have to get together in order to upload your book to Amazon, I will leave a link below to my book upload template. There isn't going to be any sort of email opt-in. You can simply make a copy of this document and then you're going to know exactly what you need to get in order to upload your book. So if you haven't already, you're going to have to make an account for Amazon KDP. So simply go to kdp.amazon.com. And of course, I will leave any relevant links to things I mentioned in this video below, and simply click join KDP and create your account. Once you've done that, you will have access to the Kindle Direct Publishing dashboard in which you can go to your account settings and set up all your billing information in order to start getting paid. From there, we can go right into the upload process by simply clicking create new title or series. And we can start with our Kindle ebook and then do our paperback book after. So go create ebook. And there will be three main parts of the process: your Kindle ebook details, your content, and then of course your pricing and where we can actually upload it. So we start with our book title. You can simply put in your book title and subtitle in the boxes right here. Keep in mind, you cannot change your title once your book is live. You can change other things like your manuscript, your cover, your description, and even your price. However, you cannot change your title. So make sure you have this dialed in. It's targeting your customer effectively, and you have any necessary keywords in there in order to rank effectively. Working our way down, we can ignore series, we can ignore edition number. From there, we want to put in our author name or our pen name, whichever one you're going to use, whether it's your name or just an alias. In this case, I'm going to go with Daniel Matt, which is a pen name. From there, we can skip right to the book description. So if you don't have a book description already, it's very easy to make one nowadays using AI, specifically ChatGPT. So we can just do a simple prompt such as write a high converting Amazon book description for my book on the topic ChatGPT for beginners in this case, by referencing the structure and tone of best-selling book descriptions on Amazon in this category. The reader is problem aware and already wants to buy a book on this topic. Do not summarize chapters, do not use hype, exaggerated promises, or clickbait language. Use clear, simple wording with short, skimmable paragraphs that feel believable and practical. And you're of course going to want to include in this prompt any sort of important information from your book, what's inside, what bonuses come with it, some selling features, maybe how it's structured, just so ChatGPT has enough information to go off of. And then from there, depending on the response, you can either make some tweaks or just copy it as is and put it into your book description box. So it does already copy over the formatting, but what I normally do is I will always make the first line a heading 4. This is the largest piece of text we can have in our description, just so it's a bit bigger and bolder and gets seen easily. From there, I'm going to make sure that the bullet points are accurate, and then just make sure everything is spaced okay. From there, we can move on, of course, to our publishing rights. We do own the copyright for our book. It is our book. In terms of our primary audience, are there any explicit images in our book? I'm going to select no. I'm not going to specify the reading age. This is more if you do have a book that is catered towards kids, then you might want to specify this, but I'm just going to leave it blank. Primary marketplace will be Amazon.com. And then we can go into our book categories. So if you don't know what you're doing for your book categories, it's very easy to find this out. We can simply go to our topic on Amazon, go and find a few of our competitor books, and just look and see what categories they're in. So we can go to their product page and scroll down and go to product details. From there, we're going to see the actual categories that this book is in. And more importantly, if you do have the BookBeam tool, it's going to show you the category string because we're going to need this information to be able to actually select our categories. So I will leave a link to BookBeam below. Of course, if you don't have this tool or don't want it, you can simply go and click on the individual categories and then just look at the category string. So in this case, it's going to be books, computers and technology, computer science, and then artificial intelligence expert systems. And of course, when you do go and find your categories, you can simply record them in the template below. And this way you have everything at your disposal when you go to upload your book and you're not frantically trying to find all these things. So from there, you can simply click add new book category, and then you're going to select that exact string. So in this case, we're going to go Kindle books, computers and technology, computer science, and then we can select our human computer interaction in this specific case and do this for all three of our categories. Simply click save, and then we can move on to our backend keywords. So our backend keywords are very simple. They are just giving Amazon more information about our book so it knows where to properly index it and rank it among the search terms. Now, a lot of people will stress about this, but in my opinion, it's not super important. As long as your title is effectively targeting your specific topic, your book will rank anywhere that's necessary, and this is just a bit of a bonus. So basically what I do with this is any search terms or keywords that aren't already in my title, I'm going to put in here just to further index my book. So in this case, I'm going to do things like Learn AI for Beginners, ChatGPT Handbook for Beginners, Conversational AI, AI agents, prompt engineering, just other search terms that are related to my topic that I'm not directly targeting. And a quick tip for anyone who does have the BookBeam tool or is looking to download it, they also have a bunch of other features on their web app, specifically the keyword research tool. What we can do is simply type in our topic, and it's going to show us a bunch of related search terms that we can use for our backend keywords, mainly picking the ones that have the most search volume and overall have the best score. This will ensure that we are indexing our book in the best places possible. So from there, we simply click I'm ready to release my book now, and then go save and continue to the next step, which is our book content. From there, we're going to upload the actual content of our ebook, specifically our manuscript, our book cover, and then there's a few other things we have to specify. So you can simply upload your ebook manuscript. This is most likely going to be an EPUB file, and your formatter would have given you the right file, or whatever platform you use to format your book, you would have exported that as well. So as for digital rights management, this basically allows your book to be a bit more protected and doesn't let people share it around. So if you do want your book to be more protected, we can apply this. It's just going to help protect the rights of it. However, if it doesn't matter to you, if you don't care if people download your book as a PDF or share it around, you can just click no. From there, you can upload your ebook cover file, which most likely will be a JPEG file, and that's just going to be the front cover. There is no back or spine for this. From there, we have to specify if our book has any AI-generated content. So if you did use AI-generated content with your text or your images inside, you can simply select which level makes sense for your situation. There's some sections with minimal or no editing, all the way to entire work with extensive editing. So in my opinion, if you are using AI for your entire work, there shouldn't be minimal or no editing. You definitely should be extensively editing your book to make sure that it is high quality and there's no issues when you're uploading and your book just doesn't get blocked. But if you do want to know the exact process that I use to write books with AI effectively so they don't get blocked, I will leave a link below to that video. From there, we simply want to open up our Kindle previewer and make sure everything looks okay. And as you can see, it did find a few spelling errors that we can check on. So all I'm going to do in the previewer is, of course, check on those spelling errors, go and update my book manuscript if I have to, and then just go and skim through the book and make sure everything looks nice and there is no mistakes. A big thing that can cause your book to get blocked is if there are formatting errors, and in many cases there might be some margins that aren't right or your chapter titles might be cut off, which can affect the approval process for your book. So just make sure everything does look nice and then you can approve it from there. So we can just go back and then go back to the content process of our book. So we can ignore our Kindle ebook ISBN. You do not need an ISBN number for your ebook. And then we can just select our accessibility features if our images are accessible. And just ensures people can view them correctly. So if you're unsure about this, just click I don't know, and then move on to save and continue, of course. And we're going to go on to the final part of the process, which is pricing our book and uploading it. So it's going to ask you a few things before you price your book. The first one is if you want to enroll it in KDP Select. This just enrolls your ebook in their 90-day program, gives you a few extra features such as running free price promotions, and will just show your book to more readers. So this is up to you. If you don't plan to publish your book on places other than Amazon, then I definitely would select this, and it will renew automatically every 90 days unless you select it not to, which you can do after your book is live. So for territories, we want our book to be in all territories with worldwide rights. Our primary marketplace will, of course, be Amazon.com, and then we can go to our pricing. So when it comes to pricing our ebook, we want to select the 70% royalty rate. This way we get the most from our book, of course. And for now, we're just going to keep it simple. Price your ebook anywhere from $1.99 to $4.99. Something to consider is that if you do have a paperback book, and that's where you want a majority of your sales to go, pricing your ebook higher will drive sales to your paperback book, as if it's only a little bit more expensive, people would much rather get the physical product than just buying an ebook. So I do have a more detailed strategy in terms of pricing in my book launch video. Once again, I will link any relevant resource below that just helps you out with the process. And that specific video will be great to watch because if you are uploading your book, the next thing you'll have to do is actually properly launch it to drive sales and drive ranking. You can set your ebook price in all the different territories just to make sure that it is uniform. And then from there, we can simply click Publisher Kindle ebook. It's going to get approved and then go live on Amazon. If you have to correct some mistakes with your manuscript or your cover, you can simply click Save as Draft and come back to this later. So now when it comes to uploading our paperback book, we don't have to go to create new title or series. We can simply go and find the ebook that we just uploaded and go create our paperback. And this will automatically link it to this book. So it links on the same product page when they both are live on Amazon. So when you do upload your paperback book right on your ebook, it's going to basically auto-populate everything for you, specifically the product details page. So we have our title, our subtitle, our author name, our description, as well as our categories and our keywords. So it makes it super easy. We can simply just go save and continue and go to the next step. So there will be a few different things in our paperback content than our ebook content. The first thing is our ISBN. This basically is the barcode on the back that identifies our book. So if you don't plan to publish your book on other platforms than Amazon, getting their free ISBN is fine. It makes it super easy and you don't have to go and get your own depending on the country you're in because it is different and costs different amounts based on where you are. From there, we can go to our print options. So if you are publishing a nonfiction book, normally the black and white with white paper will be standard. So from there, we can select our trim size. So this will differ depending on your topic, but if you are unsure of what size your book should be, you can simply go to one of your competitors, look at their product page, and you're going to see that information right underneath the description. So this book here is 6x9, and I can go and verify this with a couple other competitors just to make sure that my book is sized accordingly. So from there, we can select our bleed settings. This is basically if you do have images that go right to the end of your pages, you're going to want to go bleed. So it does cut it off accordingly and takes that into account. Otherwise, you can simply go no bleed. From there, we can select our cover finish. So I personally like matte. It's a bit cleaner and flatter of a look. However, glossy works good too. It really doesn't matter. So from there, we can upload our paperback manuscript. This will be a PDF file. And then we can also upload our book cover file, which will also be a print PDF. Once again, you can fill out the AI generated content section based on what your book is. And then from there, we can go into our book preview just to make sure everything looks good and there isn't any mistakes. So from there, I'm just going to look at the cover of my book as well as scroll through the manuscript, make sure everything looks good and nothing is getting cut off. But more importantly, I want to go and look at the error tab here. So this will show you if there is any mistakes with your cover or your manuscript. In this case, my manuscript looks good. There's nothing getting cut off, but there is a mistake with my cover size, saying that it should be this size, however, I submitted this file size. So what I can do is go and update my cover if I did it myself, or just simply screenshot this and give it to my designer, and they will know exactly what to do. So we can't approve our book until we make this fix, but once we exit, make this fix, we go back in, make sure it does look good and there are no errors, and then we can simply approve it and move forward. So now when it comes to our paperback pricing, once again, our territory will be all territories, our primary marketplace will be Amazon.com, and then we can go into our paperback pricing. So I'm simply going to price my book matching my competitor so it does match the market. In terms of the other marketplaces, it will auto-populate this for you based on your USD pricing. However, all I'm going to do is go and change the decimal points to 99 cents just so it looks super clean. From there, you can select expanded distribution. This will just give you an influx of sales once a month as Amazon basically buys a bunch of your books in bulk and sells it at other places that it owns. This mainly happens when your book is selling super well. You can then save your book as a draft and come back to it, or simply click publish your paperback book, in which it will get approved and then go live on Amazon. So now, of course, once your book is live, you're going to want to know if you're making money. For that, we can simply go to the reports tab on our KDP dashboard. And that's going to allow us to see all our orders placed, as well as our royalties earned for all our books. So that is exactly how to upload your book to Amazon. I hope that was helpful and made it easier for you. And hopefully now you can just go on and earn some passive income with your books. So if you are unsure if what you've done is right, if your book is set up for success, and you just want some one-to-one guidance to be sure, I will leave a link to my full mentorship program below. It gives you high-level book creation training as well as one-to-one guidance on the most important parts about your book to ensure that you are set up for success. With that out of the way, make sure to subscribe for more no-nonsense Amazon KDP advice, and we'll see you in the next video.